morning and happy Monday to you. My name is LaShonda Brown and welcome to Bootstrap Biz Advice, where I teach business owners how to generate more passive income and transition to a 20-hour work week by using video and tech. Y'all, I'm working on that one. I'm workshopping it. I was thinking about this over the weekend. I was like, okay, what are the things that are resonating with people? And to be honest with you, so many people are asking me about my 20-hour work week that I'm like, okay, we got to revamp the intro. We got to freshen up our bios. So I am so glad you're here. And I'm going to work on that intro for you. I am. And I just want you to know that really my community is all about leveraging tech and YouTube. My life is a case study. I share what's working with me and I keep it all the way real, which is what y'all getting this morning. Because when I tell you, I spent so much time preparing for this live stream that I just rolled up in here. That's why you're getting glasses, you're getting sweatshirt, you're getting real. I do want to give one of my friends a shout out because her second book launches tomorrow. I'm wearing her sweatshirt right now, and here is a copy of the beautiful book, Sacred Creativity. You can get it on pre-order at Amazon. It officially launches tomorrow, and it is all about inspiration to reclaim the joy of your God-given gifts. It is super thick and super beautiful. It's full color, and I'm here for it. So I would encourage you, if you follow her on social media, Spoonful of Faith, that you hop on over to her website or her socials to learn more about her book. But I'm excited to help blast that on social media tomorrow. So I got all the things, all the announcements. I hope you guys engage in the comments because when I tell you, you guys showed off last week and we're going to chat about that. So first and foremost, you got to remember, like this video if you like it. When I tell you guys, it makes a difference. It will blow your mind. So last week, we had a few things happen in our community. And last week, I talked about my anti-social launch strategy. This was the thumbnail. And when I tell you this live stream, not a pre-recorded video, it was live last Monday, got 483 views and 46 likes in 6 days. Okay. So when you like it live and you like it in the replay, it makes a difference. So I know you guys hear me say that every week now, like it if you like it, but when I tell you, it makes all the difference. Please make sure you do that. And that's an encouragement to you guys. If you are live streaming, don't forget to ask for that engagement because live streams don't get pushed like feed videos. So that engagement in the comments or through likes will really help push your product on YouTube. And this is proof of that. So thank you for watching. If you missed it, you can go back and watch the replay. It was so good. And it's part of the reason why this live stream is so extensive because I realize the type of content that obviously you guys like to watch. So I would also encourage you, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, I will typically ask some type of poll or ask feedback there. And so that's a great way for you to help craft what you see on the channel. All right, what else did we do last week? We did a workshop on YouTube SEO with Mariah. Now you can get the replay and you can get access to all the replays from this year by becoming a STAR student. I need to do a better job of telling you guys this is a thing. When I tell you I have so many things to promote, I'll be forgetting to tell y'all stuff. So here's the reality. When I do my monthly workshops, you can just buy a $10 ticket, and that's fine. If you don't want a subscription, I'm here for it. However, if you would like to get access to past replays, I would encourage you to become a STAR student. Now, let me show you guys what that looks like real quick because that has drastically changed. So if you've heard me talk about this earlier in the year, now that we have the app, everything is so simplified, okay? So I'm going to pop this over and just kind of show you what it means. At any point, okay, I do not open and close the doors to the membership. At any point, if you want to watch a replay of a past workshop, you can go to bootstrapbizadvice.com. Once you sign up to be a STAR student, all you have to do is go to the top and click on Video Library, and it's like a Netflix style app. This is built on Uscreen. You can see at the very top where it says Subject Matter Expert Replays. So Mariah's has been added, but we also have the replays from everything else this year. So all you need to do is click on that name and it's going to open up those workshops. This is going to continue to grow. So obviously as the year increases, there'll be more and more things for you to watch. But when I tell you what makes these workshops so special is we're not doing elementary stuff. And sometimes it may be a little too advanced for you, but here's the reality. How many times have you guys been on a webinar and you carve out time for yourself and you're like, I already know 90% of this information, and now I lost an hour of my life. So I really try to gear these workshops to people who are more advanced in business. It's not going to go over your head, but we're not going to be talking about things like why you should have a list, why you should have a website. You already know that stuff. We want to get high level with this training so that you can expand your online business. So we're talking about things like strategic storytelling, marketing experimentation, how to scale your business through paid speaking opportunities. And I'm bringing in people that are killing it in their zone of genius. So they're going to be covering topics that I don't feel like I'm an expert in. I might know a little bit, it'd be dangerous, but I don't have that expertise. And so that's what I'm doing every single month. And when I tell you, these calls are awesome. Now, one thing I will say, I do prefer the live experience in StreamYard. So we will continue to do our workshops and group coaching calls directly in StreamYard on air, and then we will put the replay on the app versus going live in the app. I just think that StreamYard has done such an amazing job with the interface that our speakers can't see your comments if we're in the app. And I think that's a really important part to the engagement. So we tested it out this month. And that part we were bootstrapping, but the bootstrapped option was better. So just be willing to be flexible in your business. And I just feel like it was more fun when I could see everybody's comments like I can now. So we will be back in StreamYard for our group coaching call, but you guys can check out the replay in the app. Speaking of group coaching call, let me show you. There we go. Our group coaching call is on August 28th, and it is at 1 p.m. And our brand partner of the month is Relay. So Relay is our workshop sponsor. So if you were at the workshop, you heard about it. If you were not, I will quickly share what that is during our little housekeeping here. Relay is what I use for my online banking platform. And essentially what it does is it helps you apply the profit first methodology to how you manage your money. So if you've read Profit First by Mike Michalowicz, it's all about taking your money as it comes into your business and separating it out into 5 checking accounts based on different allocations. Now you can bootstrap this with your own local bank or, with a larger corporate bank, but this does it automatically for you. So every Friday, my account just splits things up. It sets aside my money for taxes. It sets aside money for owner draw, for profit, for expenses. And so I'm able to manage my income in a much better way than I could like 10 years ago when I started my entrepreneur journey. So I'm thrilled. I slid into their DMs and said, hey, I love this. Can we partner? And that's how this came to be. So you can find more information about Relay in the link in the description, but you guys are going to be hearing a lot about them because they have sponsored a lot of what's happening in Bootstrap Biz Advice over the next 3 months. So I think that is all of our, oh no, I forgot one more thing. My friends, we almost sold out. I love that. I need to tell you guys before the doors close that this Friday, we're doing our LinkedIn live monetization masterclass. So again, high level workshop. Okay. I'm literally giving you the roadmap for how I get sponsors for my live streams. We're going to spend 30 minutes talking about strategy, 30 minutes talking about systems, 30 minutes talking about sales, and 30 minutes doing a live Q&A. It's gonna be packed. I did decide to structure it like the Pomodoro method. So we'll have 25 minutes of instruction, 5-minute breaks. Sam and I made some visual break videos to help break that up so that you're not exhausted by all the information. But I have had so much fun preparing this because I don't have to hold back. I can just literally share my emails, my slide decks, my everything. So I only have room for 4 more people. And I want to make it clear, if the 4 spots go before doors close on the 22nd, then it's going to be closed. because I want to make sure I have time for questions. So if you want to get in class, link in the description, make sure you sign up. Last week we talked about newsletter sponsorships. Some of my sponsors have some emails going out in the next couple days, so this is going to sell out. I want to make sure you're aware of this because this is the first time I've done this, and I think it's going to be great. I've been loving preparing the curriculum for it. So again, link in the description. I think Lisa snagged spot number 5, so that's why I'm down to 4. So I only have 4 spots left. If you are a member, there is a discount code in the app. Feel free to go check that out. Okay, all the housekeeping's done, y'all. I want to make it clear, if you're new here, I use these live streams as like open office hours on top of teaching y'all. So this is my way to make sure my members know what's going on, but also you guys get some information. So when I create the time codes in the description, I allow you to skip past the housekeeping. I don't care. If you guys don't want to hear the housekeeping or get reminders, just look in the description. Angela goes through, she gives me the time codes, and I update the description box when this is over. That's another pro tip for all of you who live stream. Alrighty, so let me see who is here live today. Tawana is here. Trisha is here. Good morning. Okay, nails and ring. Thank you, Tawana. Thank you. That looks beautiful. Count it all joy. It's one of my favorite scriptures. Yes, I love this sweatshirt. It actually has a really cool design on the back as well. And her artwork is just next level. I can show you a quick preview. This one is Mercy Triumphs Over Judgment. And the spread says, what's holding you back? So when I tell you, like, the book is full color like this, I have never in my life seen such a beautiful hardcover book. So I would encourage you to snag a copy. All right, my friends. So I would also encourage you, you may want something to write with, because I got notes on notes on notes for today. So let us make it very clear to everyone watching in the replay and live. I'm now starting the instructional part of this live stream. My friends, there are 3 things that I want you to take note of before you add another income stream to your business. And I think we need to be more clear that if you want to make additional revenue in your business, you can't just say, oh, I'll just add one more thing for people to buy, and people just buy it. If things work that way, I probably wouldn't be live streaming right now. Okay. So there are 3 things that I want you to keep in mind if you find yourself looking at your numbers for the year and you want to add an additional revenue stream to try to bring in more income before year end. Okay. Now, the first thing I want you to think about is you need to double down on a marketing channel. You can't just build it and have people come. I think we understand that concept. But when I say double down, what I mean by that is prime your audience, okay? If you decide that you want to use Instagram to promote this new offer and you haven't posted in 17 years, you should probably start posting now before you even start selling so that you build up some engagement on that account. If your account has been dormant or dead and all of a sudden you start posting sales stuff, people are not going to buy from you. So you have to decide on one channel. It could be your email, it could be LinkedIn, it could be Instagram, it could be Facebook if you're good there. It could be Threads. Some people are threading these days and I don't get it, but some people are doing well on that platform. Just pick a channel. Hear me when I say a channel. Because if we're looking at making more money at year end, what's the reality? By the middle of November, everyone is in holiday mode and nobody's really thinking about you. Okay. Yes, you might get some attention for Black Friday, but like once December hits, everyone's going to start saying first of the year, first of the year, first of the year, first of the year. So you don't need to spread yourself super thin. What you need to do is pick one place that you can be consistent and show up there. If I were in your position, I would probably go over to LinkedIn. The reason why I say that is because you can post content there and also post links directly to your offers, and you don't have to do a weird thing with ManyChat to try to drive traffic from Instagram to your offer. You can do it. You can try to sell on Instagram, but selling on Instagram without ManyChat is a fool's errand. Okay. So if you do want to go on Instagram as your marketing channel for your new offer, then you got to double down. You're going to have to create them reels. You're going to have to post to your stories. You can't have a dormant account and then expect people to engage with your new offer. Okay. So that's number 1. Number two is I want you to get community input before you start creating. And this is huge. I actually did that for this live stream and I was shocked. I wanted to talk about business burnout. Y'all didn't care about that. Okay. I put it in Instagram. I asked y'all to vote for what topic I should talk about. Y'all wanted to make some money. So, okay. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll pivot. That's what we'll talk about. So ask your community because you might think you know what they need, but they could be in a whole different place. Okay. So before you waste time creating an offer, ask people. And I'm not talking pre-order. I'm talking polls, survey, do a live stream, do some one-on-one calls or a town hall meeting, like do something where you can literally ask your audience, do you have this problem? If I could solve one of these problems for you before the end of the year, which one would you want me to solve? Like literally blatantly ask these people, because I think we have this perception that just because we need money, people are chomping at the bit that whatever you give them, they'll just buy it. Okay. They have problems. They're looking for solutions. They're willing to pay you for said solution if it fits their problem. So you got to do a little fact finding. You got to say, okay, I have some skill sets. I could do 10 things, but what's the one thing people are willing to pay me for? And then you can decide how much to charge for it. Okay. But make sure you get community input before you start creating stuff. And the last thing, especially at the end of the year, okay, the perspective for this live stream is making money in Q4. I'm talking October, November, December. Make it time-based and make it low lift. What do I mean by that? You do not need to be making a long-term commitment to anybody during the holiday season, because I don't know what it is about the sun going down earlier. It's getting cold outside. You're buying Christmas gifts. Like things are just going to happen that's going to throw you off your schedule. It's just going to happen. So don't make a long-term commitment while you're trying to just boost money at the end of the year. Make it time-based. Do not give people, a specific amount of time is what you're going for. Don't do an annual anything. This is not the time for a 12-month commitment, probably not even a 6-month commitment. You really want to make sure that the offer that you promote is something that has a very clear start and end date to help you enforce boundaries and not stress yourself out during the end of the year, because there will be so many things that will pop up that you were not expecting. Okay. So I want to make sure that it's time-based and it's also low lift. This is not the time to flex your tech muscles. This is not the time to subscribe to 6 new different tools. This is a time to say, okay, what do I know how to use? And if it's Zoom, okay, it's going to be on Zoom. If it's Flowdesk, okay, it's going to be Flowdesk. I'm not going to mix things up with tech tools right now. I'm going to lean into what I know, even if it's low tech, because it needs to be low lift. Okay. So before I go giving y'all new strategies, all right, I wanted to make this very clear that you're going to need to double down on a marketing channel. You can't just create it and have people come. You have got to get some input before you start creating, or you might create a solution to a problem your audience does not have. And you need to make it time-based and low lift. All right. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to make sure you knew about before we started to hop into these strategies. Now, friendly reminder, like this video if you like it. And I also want you guys to comment, okay? This is a great example. I'm going to do it in real time. This is a great example of asking for community input. You guys, last week, I asked you if you wanted me to create a guide that showed you how to get newsletter sponsors. Put guide in the comments. I had people doing it live. I had people doing it in the replay. That helped a lot with engagement, and that's part of the reason why I got over 400 views on that live stream. But here's the reality. As I started to compile the Bootstrapper's Guide to Newsletter Sponsorships, I realized there is a lot that you guys could benefit from me screen sharing and showing you how to set this up. I can create an ebook. I'm beginning to think it might be better to do a mini course, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So this week, this is what I want you guys to do. If you are watching this live, or if you are watching the replay, let me know, would you prefer a guide, meaning an ebook, So just you get a PDF download and I will give you the steps to walk through to start getting sponsors for your newsletter or to get to buy sponsorship with other newsletters. Or do you want a mini course where you have the ebook and video tutorials to go with it? Just the ebook or video tutorials? So in the comments, either put guide if you're like, girl, I got it, just give me a PDF. Guide if you want a PDF. Mini course if you'd like some tutorials, okay? I'll circle back on this poll idea later, but here's the reality. If you guys preferred video tutorials and I did not create that, I would be missing out on money and you guys wouldn't be getting the outcome that you need. And that is why it's important to constantly check in and say, hey, I could solve this problem in a couple different ways, but what do you need? When I tell you, when you create your resources and your offers so specific like this, it sells itself, even if you're not good at sales, okay? You have to communicate. If you're good at communicating, the sales will come easier, all right? If you're bad at communicating, you're gonna have to use other tactics, pay for ads and things like that. So right now, I'm telling you, I got 2 ways I can solve this problem. I can create just an ebook. I'm not even gonna look at the comments right now. I have an idea of what you want, but I've been wrong before. Would you prefer an ebook, which is guide? Just put guide in the comments. Or would you prefer videos to accompany the PDF? Okay. So that's an example of asking for community input. If you do not have a consistent place where you can show up and ask your community for input, I want you to work on that. Whether it's a poll in your Instagram stories, it's a post on LinkedIn. You can also do a poll on LinkedIn. You can ask on a live stream like I'm doing right now. You can put it in an email. And now with link actions and Flowdesk, you could link buttons to a poll. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can ask people what they think, but make sure you ask them before you invest a ton of time, okay? So now that I've gotten that out the way, let us talk about 3 income strategies, all right? I'm gonna describe these to you. I actually brainstormed these on my morning walk this morning, so I literally have my notes in my phone. So I'm gonna put it right here so I can read it. But if I were trying to make some more money at the end of the year, these are 3 ideas that I totally would do. Do I need to do all of these? Probably not. But this is what I would do. All right, number 1, hear me out. 3-day challenge with the Slack channel and office hours, okay? So here's what that would look like. So I want you to do 5 videos, a welcome video, 3 days with a video per day, and a video at the end with next steps. So the challenge itself is 3 days, probably a Tuesday through Thursday, but you need to do a next steps so that you can offer people something else after the challenge is over, okay? So you can sell the challenge initially, and then you can also upsell them something else, whether it is, hey, stay connected and join my membership. Hey, want to keep working together? Book a one-on-one call, whatever that looks like for you. A 3-day challenge with a Slack channel and office hours. All right. So you're asking for a Monday through Friday commitment, and you turn it into an evergreen product when you're done so that it's self-paced. Okay. Now, here's the reason why I say 3-day challenge. I think at the end of the year, ain't nobody got time for a multi-week commitment to you. I'm just be honest with you. With the holidays, like the thought of it makes me anxious. But if I were saying, hey, I have a problem and here's somebody who can help me solve it in 3 days, I can give you 3 days. At the end of the year, yeah, I can give you 3 days. No problem. You want to do the Slack channel because that's going to keep you from having to do calls every single day. You're going to pre-record these videos, okay? You're going to pre-record the videos and you're going to offer a Slack channel for people to ask you questions as they are going through these videos, right? So say they listen to day number 1, they have questions. Instead of rolling up in your email, they can roll up in the Slack channel. I'm saying Slack because some people would start a Facebook group for something like this, and a lot of people don't like Facebook right now. They don't like Facebook. So a Slack channel that's specifically for this challenge for people to hop in and hop out, love that. So you can do a Slack channel, you can do it for free, okay? And then you want to have office hours to say, look, I can answer your question, and you can set an expectation. I can answer your questions within 24 hours. You could say 12 hours. I mean, however you want to do it. If you have a team member, maybe you could say quicker. I can answer your questions within Slack within a certain amount of time. And at the end of the challenge, we will have office hours for you to get on a Zoom call or whatever you use to ask me questions in real time if you want to save your questions to the end. I really like this idea because when I think back to some other offers I've done in the past, showing up every day, if I had to live stream 3 days in a row, like when I tell you guys, I get tired after these Monday live streams because I spend a lot of time preparing for them and I put a lot of energy into them. Even though you're not face to face with me right now, like I do so much to try to keep these live streams engaging so that people watch the replays. So 3 days of this in a row would be a lot, especially at the end of the year. Okay. So if you pre-record the content and you only offer up office hours real time at the end, that will save you from having to pour in so much. So you won't get tapped out trying to deliver this information. It also sets you up to turn this into an evergreen offer after you do the challenge, whether you immediately make it an evergreen offer or you do it next year after you refine things. But doing it pre-recorded gives you that content to repurpose as a different offer later, okay? So the Slack channel and the office hours makes it real time, super engaging, but you don't have to keep it that way moving forward. So that was the first idea I had. And I think that's a really cool take on the 3-day challenge, okay? So again, you want to make it like a Monday through Friday so you can kind of set intentions on Monday and say, hey guys, starting tomorrow, you're going to start getting your homework. Here's what you need to do. Office hours on Friday to celebrate the end of the challenge and for you to ask questions. Okay. So that is strategy number 1. Strategy number 2 is to create a 60-minute mini course to address a super niche problem. Okay. An example of a super niche problem would be something like a mini course on Canva cleanup. And it could be about Canva folders, naming your files, things like that. Or it could be something like Flowdesk Template Builder, teaching people how to make Flowdesk templates ready to sell. I like the idea of a 60-minute mini course because you are telling people from the very beginning, this is something that if you double down, you can consume this information in an hour and get a transformation. Again, a common problem that people have at the end of the year is they have things they need to accomplish in their business, but they don't have time. So many things compete for your time at the end of the year. But if you can promise an outcome in an hour, that in and of itself is a selling point, okay? What does a 60-minute mini course look like? It could look like 5 modules or 6 modules that are 10 minutes long. It could look like you could do more. I guess you could do 12 that are 5 minutes long. I mean, you can look at it, but I'm telling you, when you go to create your content for this mini course, do not have it be longer than an hour in terms of people watching the modules and having time to apply what they watch. Because I think a common thing with courses is people don't complete them because people go over the top with modules, and you log in and you see 65 videos and you're like, I don't have time for this. Maybe when I'm off for 2 weeks at the end of the year for Christmas, and then people are so exhausted they never watch it. So in order for you to actually make sure that people get the outcomes that they want, that they complete the content, so they're writing you awesome testimonials, make it a super niche problem and make it easy to consume. Another example of a super niche problem is the masterclass that I'm doing on Friday. LinkedIn Live Monetization Masterclass. Is that for everyone? If people don't care about LinkedIn, they're not going to care about this masterclass. However, if they are interested in live streaming and having those live streams sponsored, this is the class for them. I'm being very specific. I'm telling them, when you guys see me going live and I say this live stream is presented by Riverside, Voice Jungle, NG, Relay, like I'm telling you, how did I get people to pay me for creating live content that's not even edited, that's happening in real time? How in the world? When I tell you, I am one of the top affiliates for NG, and NG is my roundtable sponsor. When I bring on a panel of guests and talk about a topic and NG sponsors, not only does it get their brand name in front of all 4 of our audiences, but it's driving traffic to my affiliate link, which we can track. And so we are seeing conversions on my content, not just my feed videos, but my live streams as well, which is why we continue to partner on that series. And so it's public. It's public on my channel. I've made over $10,000 with live stream sponsorships this year. And so I'm like, look, I know not all of you are going to care about that. However, here's a super niche thing I'm doing that I don't see many people teaching about. So if you want to learn, and if you like my teaching style, let's do it. Hop on in. Okay. And I think that is part of the reason why this class is going to sell out, because who the heck is doing LinkedIn live trainings? Like, it's so niche. Like, I have like very little competition. And I think that's one of the things that we forget to do in business, is to eliminate competition by niching down. I mean, niching, whatever you want to call it. Like, if you can create something that very few people are addressing, they're not comparing you to anybody. You know, you got to think about, here's another example. Think about American Idol. I know that Simon Cowell, one of the, what was it? Tomorrow, like the sun will come out tomorrow from Annie. That's like his least favorite audition song, because it's overdone. Or I Will Always Love You is another one he hates, because it's like, I'm going to be comparing you to the original, or to Whitney Houston, because technically the original is Dolly Parton, but I'm going to be comparing you the entire time, and you have to be stellar in order for me to take you seriously. It's the same way in business. If you choose something that's super generic, like Instagram marketing, email marketing, now people are going to compare you to more people, because you've picked a keyword term for your product that's got tons and tons of competition. And that might be cute for a YouTube video, but it's not cute for a paid offer. When you are creating a paid offer, you want to create something that is so unique to your brand that people go, not only do I have this problem, but I need her to teach me how to solve it. Okay? So that is the importance of this. That is why you got to ask for community input. That is why you got to spend your time going like, okay, what is something super random that I know I can solve that very few people are addressing? It could be something like how to increase productivity in your home office. And you could be teaching people organization tips. I mean, y'all see, this is my actual office at home. Like, I could do a mini course about how I organize my home office, or I could do a mini course about my YouTube setup, right? And I could literally take you around my office and be like, okay, here's how I live stream. Here's my teleprompter. Here's my keyboard. Here's my microphone. Like, get so specific so nobody can go, I've already seen 16 people teach this class. I don't need this right now. Okay. So I think that is part of the reason why this class is going to sell out, because I can't think of anybody teaching on the topic, but I do know that if I explain what I'm going to communicate, people will hop in. I think I've beat that topic over the head, but hopefully that's clear. I am going to hop into the comments, but I feel like I'm on a roll, so I'm not going to stop myself. Again, where are we at? Like it if you like it. Like it if you like it. This is good, guys. This is like a masterclass. But no, my masterclass is going to be way more bougie than this. But I know this is super valuable, and so many people they gatekeep this stuff, y'all. They go, oh man, if I'm going to show them how to make money, then they better pay me money first. I'm getting paid while you're watching this live because my channel's monetized. So just keep watching, guys. I don't got to fret about that stuff. All right, number 3. I love this one. Ultimate bundle, refresh and repackage resources with a one-on-one call upgrade. Now, I am testing a service right now that essentially is a hiring app that is a competitor to like Fiverr or Upwork. And I'm testing out a graphic designer. Okay, that's essentially what I'm looking for. Because they're like, hey, what's something you can outsource that would be beneficial to your business? We want you to test our service, give us feedback. If you like it, we'd love for you to be an affiliate for us, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So this is something I've been thinking about. I'm like, you know what? I used to call it the VIP vault back in the day. I have a ton of resources. However, your girls had like 4,000 visual brands over the years, and some of the stuff is outdated. Some of the stuff talks about features that don't exist in Instagram anymore, or, I've revisited strategies for platforms like YouTube, what have you. And so it would be beneficial for me to go through and update some of these resources, but also update the look and feel of them, because my aesthetic has changed, my color palette's changed, my brand has changed. And so I'm thinking, okay, I could refresh these resources, then I could repackage them all together. Okay. And I could offer a one-on-one call as an upgrade if I really wanted to. Now, this is a great strategy for a platform like Flowdesk Checkout. I did do a video about that. I will link it in the description along with the FAQ video. I'm using Flowdesk Checkout right now to sell my masterclass. I don't have a feature installed right now that has the upsell, but I could. So within Flowdesk Checkout, you can create a product, right? And you can drive traffic to a Google Drive folder, a Dropbox folder, a landing page, what have you, after people pay. But you can also say, oh, if you want to buy the ultimate Canva bundle, you can add on a one-on-one call with me, a 15-minute one-on-one call, and I can help you optimize your Canva account. You can screen share your account with me, and I can show you some things you could be doing better to stay more organized because you bought the bundle. Okay. Now, again, what I tell you before, make it time-based and make it low-lived. Don't be giving away 60-minute calls as the upgrade, 30 minutes, even 15 minutes. Okay. The reason why I say that is when you repackage and refresh your resources, those are going to live in a zip folder. And once you do it, you don't have to touch it anymore. But there is value in people being able to talk to you one-on-one. Okay. People can Google, they can chat GPT the heck out of stuff these days. But what they cannot do is duplicate a human being talking to them in real time. So depending on what's in your bundle, you can offer a one-on-one call as an upgrade. And not only can you make money off of the bundle of resources, but you can make money getting them on your calendar, and you can just link to a Calendly link. And once they pay for the upgrade, they can get on and they can schedule. So you can create that system. Once you set it, you can forget it, and all you got to do is market it. Okay. So once again, I hope this makes sense. You could do a 3-day challenge with a Slack channel and office hours. You could do a mini course to a super niche problem. And you could create an ultimate bundle. Now, once again, the poll. I'm sure if you've watched my live streams before, you guys are noticing a shift happen where these live streams are high value and jam-packed. And this is why I see personally an opportunity to implement what I talked about, which is the mini course to address a super niche problem. I see an opportunity to do that. Now, if you guys just want a PDF, which we talked about last week, of me teaching you how to utilize the strategy of newsletter sponsorships to sell your offers, just put guide in the comments. But if you would like for me to apply what we talked about today and watch me make a mini course that you can consume in 60 minutes to address the same problem, give you an ebook, give you some videos to watch with it, put mini course. Okay. When I tell you, I feel like your girl has really hit her stride with online education. And the reason why is because I am not trying to be like anybody else. I will tell you, I've had myself twisted in ever-loving knots trying to find someone who teaches like I do to validate my teaching style and to validate my expertise. And it's August at this point. I am done binging podcasts. I am done signing up for webinars. I'm just going to be me and serve my people. So I love live streaming on Mondays because it allows me to engage with my members, for me to meet new people on my channel. I'm watching my channel grow. We have over 30,000 people who are watching my videos. It is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. And I don't know anybody else doing it, but I'm going to double down on what works for me. So I hope that by watching my live streams, not only are you walking away with information, but you're walking away inspired to double down and be you. Because at the end of the day, the more you can be, the more likely people are to pay you to solve the problems. Okay? If you're generic with your presentation online, people will look for other generic solutions. But if you're super unique in your presentation, then people will pay you, sometimes even high ticket pay you for your unique solutions to their problems. Okay? Um, I'm I'm gonna tell you. I'm like, I should be keeping stuff to myself. I'm getting offers to speak internationally now, y'all. I literally got off a call last week of someone who wants me to speak in Mexico. I think I'm gonna go. I'm trying to like squeak out like a mini vacation for my husband and I out of it. But when I tell you, it baffles me. It baffles me that someone is watching me talk to myself, because y'all are not here. Like, technically, you're in the comments, but they're watching me talk to myself and saying, you know what? What I need to do is pay this girl to go to Mexico and talk to me in real life. What is life? What honestly blows my mind when I tell you God's goodness is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I'm thrilled. I love my job. I love sharing this stuff with you. I love not feeling obligated to lock away my knowledge behind super expensive pricing and packages. That's why I get sponsors. I shake these tech companies down for money so I don't have to shake you. I keep it affordable because that's what I prefer to do. And it works for me. It works for me. So that's where the whole Bootstrap Biz Advice thing comes from. Bootstrap Biz Advice is about removing the stigma when people are in the bootstrapping stage of their business. There is no shame in bootstrapping, but somebody's got to show you how to do it effectively. Okay. And I feel like that's my lane. I feel like that's my zone of genius. And that's why I would encourage you to be here. So speaking of people I shake down, seriously, guys, what's awesome about this, I'm going to be all the way real with you. You will get $100 when you fund a Relay account using my link. You can just go to relay.com and just create an account. But I don't think they give you a startup bonus because I didn't get one when I made my account. They're not even sponsoring this live stream. I'm just really excited about them. The link is in the description. If you want to check it out, you are under no obligation to create an account. But if you do decide you want one, use the link so you get your cash. So I'm just going to be real with you. I don't care how much money I make. I'm still going to love a coupon. I'm still going to love a bonus. So putting it out there. Again, the LinkedIn Live Monetization Masterclass. Y'all, it's going to sell out. It's going to sell out. I've got a couple more sponsors sending out stuff like in the next couple days. It's going to sell out. Last time I checked, only 4 spots left. The link is in the description. Another thing I want to remind you of, I'm bad about it. I'm getting better. Put your links in the description before you go live. So as you verbally talk about them, people can just click on them in real time. Because once people pop off your live streams, they may forget. They may straight up forget. Okay. So again, that is going to be on Friday. This was fun. I'm so excited. All the information. I'm curious to see what you guys are going to implement. But let me go ahead and hop on over to the comments. See what y'all been saying. Okay, interesting. Y'all keep voting because y'all were real quiet, so y'all must have been learning a lot today. Okay, I feel like it's like split right now. Okay. Now here's the thing, what you could do. Speaking of guide or mini course, what you could do is if you put it in Flowdesk checkout, you could do the guide as the product and then the upsell is the mini course. So you could technically do both. But I guess I shouldn't make the mini course if y'all don't care about the videos. So if you do want the mini course, can you put mini course in the comments? Because there are a decent amount of you watching this live. Okay. Let's see. Trisha said, this is literally what I teach. The power is in the niches. Yes, it's just less competition. It's less stressful. When I tell y'all, I had no ideas for this live stream at like 7 o'clock this morning. Y'all chose the title and Instagram on Saturday. I was like, oh, I'll get around to it. I wrote the description. I'm like, I'll come up with 3 things. I'm smart. I can do it. But I was stressed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got nothing. So I went for my morning walk. I did my workout and like all of it came to me. But when I tell you, like, you have got to lean into what works for you. And like, my brain was too noisy. I got up, I was listening to a podcast, listening to somebody else talk about how they do business. I couldn't think straight. Sometimes you got to tune that stuff out. Use the Pomodoro timer videos, which are in the app and on the channel. Something with no words, and just think. Just think, how can I niche down? Like, get even more specific. That's why your girl was stumbling with my intro, because I'm like, oh yeah. Instead of saying, I teach service providers how to leverage tech and YouTube to work less and live more, I'm like, nah, I can be more specific. And I'm like, okay, I teach business owners, because really they don't have to be service providers. So I could say, I teach business owners how to generate more passive income and transition to a 20-hour work week with YouTube and tech. I might switch the order around. I put it on LinkedIn, so I think the order might be more clear on LinkedIn. But the point is, the 2 things that you guys seem to resonate with right now, work less, live more is still like my mantra, and it's still how I see life. However, being specific, because work less, live more is like, cool. How? What? It's like, okay, work less, 20-hour work week. That's what I mean. I work a 20-hour work week. I work Monday through Thursday from 10 until 3, Fridays off every week, 4 days on, 3 days off, like clockwork. Okay. So I want to teach people how to do that. And then I want to teach them how to generate passive income, because what's important to me is that you learn how to leverage technology to literally make money while you sleep, to keep yourself from having to actively promote and sell every single day to make a living. I know how to do that. I prefer not to. I know how to actively market. I prefer to be passive. I am passively marketing right now by just hanging out with y'all. So those are the 2 things that I feel like I'm really good at. And that is what you're going to start seeing more of on this channel. Is we're talking about how are we making more money and how are we saving more time. That's what you seem to care about. Those are the videos y'all watch. Y'all don't want to hear about Instagram strategy. You know, you're interested in, if I still have to be there, what are some easier ways to do it? But like, in your heart of hearts, y'all really do want that 20-hour work week. So I'm going to be working on a quiz that's going to lead you guys into a challenge. And what's going to be cool about that challenge is, based on your quiz results, I'm going to put you guys in different groups based on your problems, your issues in achieving that 20-hour work week. So we can have like small groups that are based on similar problems and journey through the challenge together. I got the idea in my head. Like, I have the basic structure of the instructional design for this, but I need to create the quiz to segment people who take the quiz so I can make sure they get paired up in the right way. I don't even know why I told y'all that, but that's how my brain works. So in case you're wondering what's happening up here, that's where my brain is. Okay. Darlene says, I love your office. I feel like you bring us into your business space. Very warm. It actually is very cold, which is why I have a sweatshirt on, because of these lights. I'm like, I don't want to be sweaty, but yes, it is warm in terms of like the feel. But yes, this is my literal office, mostly IKEA. The middle is actually, let me see if y'all, this way. That is actually a filing cabinet. This thing right here. There we go. Everything's backwards. That's a filing cabinet. I got off of Amazon. I really like it. Okay, let's see here. I definitely want to work my LinkedIn angle. When I tell y'all, LinkedIn plus Hype HQ is like next level. I did a live stream about Hype HQ. Brianna actually, I need to post that. Brianna created an edit that specifically talks about how to use it. But Hype HQ is what I use to help boost engagement on my LinkedIn. And my page has taken off. It's been amazing. So if you want to work on your LinkedIn angle, you definitely want to join Hype HQ. I'll put the link in the description after this is over, because I don't think I linked that one up. But that's what I'm using for that. Okay. This is cool. You guys are chatting it up. Some of y'all are being really quiet though. This is very funny to me. Some of my regulars are chatting a lot, but I think you guys are just like, man, I'm learning so much. So very much. So my friends, let me real quick before I let you go. If you have any other questions, feel free to pop them into the comments because what is it? StreamYard says there are 14 of you right now, which is crazy. I think at the most we had like 20, which is really good. So again, if you want to use StreamYard for free, that's what I use. Not only for my live streams, I use this for my calls. I love it for webinars. When I tell you, I think I love it more for webinars than live streaming, and most people don't talk about this. When people sign up using your StreamYard on air, which is what they call webinars, you can see who registered, who attended live, who watched the replay. And so you can actually segment your emails based on if they actually signed up and didn't watch it, or if they signed up and watched it in real time, or if they watched the replay. And your sign up link, if you flip the switch, can be an evergreen resource after it's over. So if you do a live training and you want people to still be able to watch it like 2 months later, all you got to do is make it available and people can still sign up and it'll redirect them straight to the replay. So that's a fun little StreamYard feature. So all that being said, if you want your streams to look like mine, you can sign up for StreamYard free for 14 days. And this is another way I'm able to keep my pricing low because I make affiliate income off of my StreamYard links. So there you have it. What I wanted to show you really quick, if you guys did not know that this was there, I did get a question about this in my email this morning. Let me share this tab. Okay, there we go. All right, so we talked about this a little bit last week, but I use the extras tab in Buy Me a Coffee at this point to drive traffic to really simple resources. And I did get a question about my emails. Someone asked me what template I was using for my morning email. And so what I did was I studied 20 newsletters and I created my own template. Now, they added some new features in the back end of Flowdesk where you can favorite different blocks that you customize. So you can kind of like pick and choose little sections and utilize them later. But this is my own template. So if you go into Flowdesk and you're looking for the layout that you see with my weekly emails, you're not going to find it because I like made it from scratch. Customizing like backgrounds and paddings and colors. You can easily change the colors by applying your own brand kit to it. But that is what I'm using. So if you see the layout and you're like, man, her emails look so different, it's because it's a custom template. You can also create your own custom templates and you can sell those. Like the idea we had, the ultimate bundle, you could add your own Canva templates or Flowdesk templates to a bundle as well. But this is what I use. And it's just on Buy Me a Coffee. So I did change the redirect. ShopLashondaBrown.com will now send you to Buy Me a Coffee instead of PayHip because it's quick and easy for me to update it here. And I got a whole bunch of other things on my plate. So that is the perk of rebranding your links. Whether I'm saying, go to LashondaBrown.com/relay to drive traffic to an affiliate link, or I'm using it to drive traffic to my offers. When you rebrand your links, if you change your mind, now ShopLashondaBrown.com will go to the right spot and I won't be sending a ton of people to a PayHip shop that hasn't been updated in weeks. So that's part of why I do it that way. So I try to tell y'all what I'm doing. So if you want to implement it on your own, you can. But things are rocking and rolling. Oh, I have to tell you guys this. Okay, this is a really cool win, and then I'm gonna land the plane. Completely unrelated to everything I've been talking about. We were talking about in the membership about getting some t-shirts, and I was like, you know what? Let's just start with a hunter green t-shirt with the Bootstrap Creators logo on it. So I do not have to use print on demand for this, so I can control the quality of the print. My local shop can set me up with a landing page where I will buy the shirt and all you guys have to do is pay for the shipping. We figured this thing out. I am making sure that the actual shirt color is the right color because the one I had was in a women's cut and she sent me one that was unisex. So the green looked a little bit different. But once I clarify which green it is, then I can create that landing page. And so members will be able to get their own shirts by just going to a link and paying for shipping. You don't have to pay for the shirt at all. And they will ship it out from where I live in the mountains. So I'm like, this is amazing. It's like a do it your own print on demand. I'm just so excited to be able to support a locally owned business and still provide something special to people who supported me online. So sometimes you just got to get creative and say, hey, is this possible? Could we figure this out? But I am really thrilled about it. So I got the mock-up, but the color, I'm like, let's just clarify the color. So that's what I've been working on along with the class on Friday and all the things. Well, I hope this was useful to you all. If you are watching this in the replay, feel free to engage in today's poll, which once again was the question, do you want a PDF guide or a mini course to accompany said guide? So just let me know. Your comments are super helpful. I am really excited to see you guys implement one of these strategies. If you are not where you want to be on your income goals, it's not too late. I would utilize September to prepare your offer and start rolling stuff out in October. By mid-November, people are starting to land their planes, okay? So don't wait until like Black Friday to roll this out because there's going to be so much noise. You're going to have too much competition, okay? If you've noticed, Black Friday keeps getting earlier and earlier because the big corporations have noticed that. So September is the month. That's the month to get your community feedback, to start planning. I will probably do another co-working session in September and we can utilize it for you to work on your offers because the work with me session was fun that we did. So I'll probably do that again. But yeah, that's what's happening in my camp. I hope you guys have an amazing week. You know how to find me on the social media. You can keep learning by becoming a member at bootstrapbizadvice.com. You can become a star student for just $10. You get replays of all of my workshops and you get access to my YouTube content ad free. Or if you really want to dig in deep, you can become a Bootstrap creator where we actually have a community tab. You can ask questions in there and you get coached every single month on how to use YouTube and meet new brands. All right, my friends, it's 11 o'clock, so gotta roll. Until next time, ta-ta for now.